Fear. I think people need to realize how far fear has been implanted in their lives. And I'm not talking the fear of a snake, the fear of a spider, a cockroach. I'm talking about fear of losing somebody, fear of being abandoned, fear of not being loved, fear of being accepted, fear of being ourselves, of being judged. I think people need to realize how much this is affecting their lives on a day-to-day basis. How much things do you do a day that are out of fear? How many people lock their doors at night because they're afraid of what could happen? We live in a society that's been constructed around fear, and it really runs the world. People don't realize how much it affects them on a daily basis. And I think if people really want to change their lives and be happier and live a more peaceful life of love, they need to get to the bottom of their fears. They need to find what they're truly afraid of, and they need to get to the root of that fear. They need to go to their childhood when the fear was implanted. And all fears that affect our lives today, people don't realize the extent. Example, somebody afraid of losing somebody. Say you're a child and you have your parents taken away from you, and you knew them for a couple of years, and then you're taken away from you. Right there, the fear of losing, a fear of being abandoned was installed in you. And then you're wondering why later on in life you're sabotaging your relationships. It's because that fear is still controlling your life. You're afraid of losing somebody, and so you protect yourself, and you do actions through fear, and it winds up creating the same situation you're afraid of. People need to get to the root of this. They need to realize what their true fears are, and they need to get to the root of when they weren't planning, and they need to face them and clear them and understand that fear is really an illusion. It's a matter of perception. It's a matter of looking at it. It's a matter of understanding why it happened and accepting it for what it is and appreciating it for what it is, so that you could clear it, so that fear is no longer in your life, controlling your life, so you can move on from that. I think that's probably the most important thing people could do with their lives at this time.
That's all you would like to say about that at this moment?
Yes.
Yeah. How can one person make a huge difference in this lifetime?
One person. The best way to explain this would be the ripple effect. The drop of water in the pond, it sends a ripple out to the whole pond. Every molecule of that water will feel the ripple of that one drop. It doesn't matter where that drop in the water was, how far away from the rest of the pond it was, it will vibrate out. And people need to realize that we all want to change the world. We all want to make the world a better place. We all want to do everything we can to further humanity to its highest potential. And we want to help people, but we need to start with ourselves. People are going out trying to change the world, but they're not changing themselves. They're not finding who they truly are, and they're not clearing their life dramas and their conflicts so that they could understand who they really are. Because as long as there's an emotion in your life, and you can look back at your life and there's things you don't agree with and you don't quite understand, then you don't truly know who you are, because emotion is clogging your judgment of yourself. And one person can make a difference simply by changing themselves. As soon as you change yourself and you figure out your truth and you're ready to take on that task and that challenge and you're ready to be all that you could be, you got to look within and you got to change what's in you, because within you will be reflected in the world. The fact I am who I am is because somebody else is like me out there, and I am just a reflection of that person. We're all a reflection of each other, and if we really want to help the world and make a difference in this lifetime, we'll start by helping ourselves. And then once we truly understand and have helped ourselves, then we'll be ready to help others. And we can go out and we can go out of our way to try and find the people we need to help, but sometimes it's best to let those people come to us, because then the universe is bringing them to you, and they're the people that need the help and are ready for the help. I can look back at my life and think of all the times I tried to force help on the people, and not everybody's really to be helped. And what people got to do is help themselves, and then wait for that moment, wait for that conversation, wait for that person, wait for it to be what most would call coincidence. It just comes up, it's just one of those unexpected things that leads to greatness. And people just got to work on themselves and just let the universe bring the people to them that are ready to be helped. Because if we're trying to force it on the people, they're going to be rejecting the ideas because they're going to feel like we're trying to control them. And that's not what we want to do. We don't want to try and control people and force them to be like us. We just want to share ourselves with them and I want to share the love that I found for myself with the world. I want everybody to be as happy as I am, but I can't force everybody to be as happy as I am. But what I can do is stay happy, and when those people are ready, they will come to me.
All right. If there was one thing you could say to the world for everybody to hear, what would you say?
I would say the most important anybody could hear is duality is an illusion. Right, wrong, good, bad, it is an illusion. And it's an illusion we need to understand. We need to understand that we're here to grow spiritually. This wasn't meant to be all fun and games and perfect life. This was meant to our test, if you will. We're working towards a goal of learning, and it's sad in a sense, but it's also a beautiful thing in a sense, is that we grow through pain and sorrow and suffering. Everybody could say when they're put into this tough situation, this loss, this hurt, this abandonment, that it broke them down, and it's the worst emotional pain they've ever felt. But we could all agree on this makes us strong as people. We come out of this better understanding people afterwards. And if we grow just as much from what we label as negative things, then aren't they just as beneficial as what we label as positive things? Some people might have trouble agreeing with this to the extent of what the horrors that are going on in the world. And it's completely understandable because nobody wants to look for a positive reason why people have been beaten, people have been raped, why people have been killed. And people need to realize that if we got to the root of our emotions and cleared these emotions, the extent of that behavior and that learning and that growth would not nearly be as severe it is. But human nature is we could have somebody tell us what's right and wrong our whole life, but nobody ever listens to what we're told. We have to experience it. We have to understand it. And that's what we're here for. We're here to experience. We're here to understand it. And it's a lot to take in, but it's the truth. It's our reality. It's here for a reason. And if you could get to the emotions and understanding the benefit and the gain from the negative and realize it's just as important as the positive, then you realize that there is no duality. And duality is an illusion. And when you're stuck in duality, you're automatically, if you're for the good, you're against the bad. If you're for the bad, you're against the good. And you're automatically opposing and judging another side. And it's not our position in life to oppose and to judge people. That's not why we're here. We're not here to tell other people what is right and what is wrong. We're here to experience and understand and to share our experiences with other people and for them to gain what they want from our experiences to help them on their path. We can't expect everybody to learn the same as us. We can't expect everybody to be the same as us. We can't expect everyone to walk our path, but we can expect people and to walk their path. We could trust that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing in this life. We could have faith in them, and we could support them, because no matter how rough somebody's life might look from the outside looking in, from the inside looking out, they are gaining the best experience possible. A beautiful person, a true beautiful person, is on the inside, and beautiful people are made from rough experiences. Beautiful people, souls are born from painful situations, from suffering, from agony. You can't be put in life and given everything and fully understand what it means to be alive and to be human, because you haven't experienced what it is as being human, and being human is experiencing emotions. And and then another thing is people need to realize the illusion of death.